I promised you to come your way with how to find the squares of other numbers. So today we are going to learn how to find the squares of other numbers. You have to follow me closely today. So I'm going to take my first example. We are going to be finding the square of 33. Now, to find the square of 33, first of all, you're going to write 3 lines, and then you find the square of these first digits. So the square of 3 gives us 9, and then you find the square of the second digit. The square of 3 also gives us 9, and then your next step will be to multiply these numbers together. That's 3 times 3 gives us 9, and then you multiply by 2, so that gives us 18. Now, because this is a 2-digit numbers, we are only permitted to write 1 digit on each of those lines. So that means I'm going to rewrite this. I have 9 here. Now this 18, I'm going to be transferring the 1 to this side, and so I write 8, and then this becomes 1 plus 9, and that gives me 10. And that is the square of that number. So just 3 easy steps. Find the square of the first digit, find the square of the second digit, multiply the numbers together and multiply by 2, and then you carry over this to this side. Now let's take another example. Let's say we have to find the square of 56. Okay, so we have 3 lines. We'll find the square of 5, that gives us 25. We'll find the square of 6, that gives us 36. And then we multiply 5 by 6. 5 times 6 gives us 30. 30 times 2 gives us 60. Now, but remember that I said we are only permitted to write 1 digit on each line. So that means here I can only write 6, and then my 3 comes to join this, which gives me 63. But I'm not even going to be able to write 63, so I'm going to write 3, and then my 6 comes over to that side, and so my 6 plus 25 gives me 31, and that is the square of that number. Now I want us to go higher to 3-digit numbers. Now let's say we have to find the square of 306. Now the way to solve these 3-digit numbers is to group. You first group into 2, so this stands alone, and then the 2 other digits come together. So that means this is going to be the square of 3, and that gives us 9. Okay, we have our 3 lines, and then the square of this as good as 6. So the square of 6 gives us 36. And then for this middle number, we do 3 times 6, that's 18. 18 times 2, that's 36. Now, because this is a 3-digit number, we are permitted to write 2-digit numbers on each of those lines. So in other words, that means the final answer to this question is going to be 93636, and that's the square of that number. Now let's take a last example. Now let's say we have 412 square. As usual, we write our 3 lines, we group it, 4 and then 12. So we find the square of 4, that gives us 16. We find the square of 12, that gives us 144. Now to get this number in between, we are going to say 4 times 12. 4 times 12 means 48. 48 times 2 gives us 96. Now, this is a 3-digit number, so we are only permitted to have a maximum of 2 digits on this number. So that means I have to move this 4 over. So what I'm going to be having in essence is 44. Now I move this 1 to join 96, and that gives me 97. So I'm permitted to write 97, so I have 97, and then I have 16, and that gives me the final answer to that question. So that is how to find the square of any number in a very, very quick way. Thanks for watching once again. See you some other time.